The Brothers Grimm, The Wolf and the Seven Little Kids. There was once upon a time an old goat who had 7 little kids and loved them with all the love of a mother and her children. One day she wanted to go into the forest and fetch some food, so she called all 7 to her and said, "Dear children, I have to go into the forest. Be on your guard against the wolf. If he comes in, he will devour you. All, skin, hair, and all. The wretch often disguises himself, but you will know him at once by his rough voice and his black feet." The kids said, "Dear mother, we will be good and take care of ourselves. You may go away without any anxiety." Then one bleated and went on her way with an easy mind. It was not long before someone knocked at the door and called, "Open the door, dear children. Your mother is here, and has brought something back with her for each of you." But the little kids knew that it was the wolf by the rough voice. "We will not open the door," they cried. "You are not our mother. She has a soft, pleasant voice, but your voice is rough. You are the wolf." Then the wolf went away to a shopkeeper and brought himself a great lump of chalk, ate this, and made his voice soft with it. Then he came back and knocked on the door of the house and cried, "Open the door, dear children. Your mother is here, and has brought something back for each of you." But the wolf had laid his black paws against the window, and the children saw them and cried, "We will not open the door for you. Our mother does not have black feet like you. You are the wolf." Then the wolf ran to a baker and said, I have hurt my feet. Rub some dough over them for me." And the baker had rubbed his feet all over, and he ran to the miller and said, "I strew some white meal all over my feet for me." The miller thought to himself, "The wolf wants to deceive someone," and refused. But the wolf said, "If you will not do it, I will devour you." Then the miller was afraid, and made his paws white for him. Yes, that's how people are. Now the wretch went for the 3rd time to the door, and knocked at it and said, "Open the door for me, children. Your dear little mother has come home and has brought every one of you something back from the forest with her." The little kids cried, "First show us your paws so we may know that you are our dear little mother." Then he put his paws through the window, and the kids saw that they were white. They believed that all he said was true and opened the door. But who should come in but the wolf? They were terrified and wanted to hide themselves. One sprang under the table, the 2nd into the bed, the 3rd into the stove, the 4th into the kitchen, the 5th into the cupboard, the 6th under the washing bowl, and the 7th into the clock case. But the wolf found them, and used no great ceremony. One after another he swallowed them down his throat. The youngest, who was in the clock case, was the only one he did not find. When the wolf was satisfied with his appetite, he took off, laid himself down under the tree in the green meadow outside, and began to sleep. Soon afterwards the old goat came home from the forest. Ah, what a sight she saw here! The door wide open, the table, the chairs, the benches thrown down. The washing bowl lay broken in pieces, and the quilt and pillowcase were pulled off the bed. She sought her children, but they were nowhere to be found. She called for them one after another, name by name, but no one answered. At last, when she came to the youngest, a soft boy cried, "Dear mother, I am in the clock case." She took out the kid and told her that the wolf had come and had eaten all the others. Then you may imagine how she wept over her poor children. At length, in her grief, she went out, and the youngest kid ran with her. When they came to the meadow, there the wolf lay by the tree, and snored so loud that the branches shook. She looked at him on every side, and saw something moving, struggling in his gorged belly. Ah, heavens, she said. Is it possible my children whom you have swallowed down for a supper can still be alive? Then the kid had ran home and fetched scissors, a needle, and thread. And the goat mother cut open the monster's stomach, and hardly had to make one cut, then one little kid thrust his head out. When she cut further, all six sprang out, one after another, and were all still alive, and have suffered no injury whatsoever. For in his greediness the monster had swallowed them all whole. What a rejoicing there was! They embraced their dear mother, and jumped like a sailor at a wedding. Their mother, however, said, "Now go, and look for some big stones. We will fill the wicked beast's stomach up with them while he sleeps." Then the seven kids dragged the stones there with all their speed, and put many into the stomach as they could. The mother sewed him up again, and with great haste, so that he was not aware anything has ever once stirred. When the wolf at length had had enough sleep, he got on to his legs, and as the stones in his stomach made him very thirsty, he went down to the well to drink. But when he began to walk and move about, the stones in his stomach knocked against each other and rattled. Then he cried, "What rumbles and tumbles against my poor bones? I thought it was 6 kids, but big stones." And then he got to the well and stooped over the water, and was just about to get his drink when the heavy stones made him fall in. There was no one to help, but he had to drown miserably. When the 7 kids saw that, they came running to the spot and cried aloud, "The wolf is dead! The wolf is dead!" and danced for joy around about the well with their mother. The end.